Welcome to the workout today. So this is the first one we're doing, so you get to bear with me on this, but we're going to go through my workout that I planned for myself. And basically, this workout's going to take probably about 75 minutes. You guys don't have to sit through all that. I'm going to edit all the fluff out and make this video a lot shorter. So what I have planned is a workout in the Heavy app. If you're not familiar with the Heavy app, I'm not sponsored by them. There's no reason for me to say this other than I actually use it. But basically, you can either put your workout in yourself and do all your programming yourself, or you can use like their trainer side of it, which I mess with too when I'm being lazy. But basically the trainer side of it will do AI things with your workout. You just set the parameters and it'll go through and it'll just design the program based off what you put in there, and it gives you a pretty damn good workout based off what you're asking it to put in there. So today I designed this one. Think Mind Pump-esque when it comes to what I'm doing here. It's basically just an anabolic workout. Gonna do some heavy lifting. We're not gonna do high reps on most of these except for maybe with the arms and stuff later. But this is gonna be a full body workout, and I got some good stuff planned in here. So we're gonna start with RDLs. We're gonna do some incline bench with the dumbbells, seated cable row with the V grip, the lateral raises, hammer curls, and skull crusher. I do my ab and core work at night after the kid goes to sleep. I come out here and just do like some basic stuff just to keep that going. They're not showing yet. I still got that fluff here. Like I've said in the past in my videos, I'm no fitness influencer. I'm just asking you to come along with me and do this journey together. We're I'm not trying to make any money off this. I mean, maybe down the road something will happen with that. But for right now, I'm just trying to document this whole process, do my workouts, use this to keep me accountable, and then maybe inspire some dudes that are like me, that, our wives had kids. We got a little fluffy, a little fat. We let everything go. And now our health markers are coming back poorly. So we want to try and get ourselves in better shape so we can be there to support our families, to be there for our kids, and just to make sure that we're here into our 70s and 80s healthy. So anyways, long story short, I'm going to get started. So obviously we're going to start with the RDLs like I mentioned. Again, I am no fitness influencer, so you may see some poor form here. So basically with RDLs, my form is the thing I'm most worried about. You guys are lucky I'm not facing that way today. I'm going to face this way so you guys don't have to stare at my ass the whole time. So basically, I'm trying to focus on my form to make sure I don't hurt my back. A few years back, I was doing heavy deadlifts, and unfortunately, something just went wrong in my back. It was one of those instances where I'd taken a little bit of a break from heavy lifting, went back, felt good during a workout, hit 465, thought, hey man, that 500 number sounds real good. Went to go do it, and something just didn't go right in my back, and now I have a disc issue. So I've worked my way back from that. I'm not doing 465 or 500 now at all. My highest regular deadlift I think right now I've done is like 405. But with these, I want to make sure that my posture is correct, because I don't need to mess things up worse than I already did before. Especially at 43 years old, about to be 44, I am not trying to do things stupidly and hurt myself. Get a good stretch in there. Right now, I'm just trying to warm up a little bit, get a good stretch, fire up my glutes, my lower back. And my working sets are probably only going to be at 225 today. Again, this one I'm focusing on form, getting a good stretch in there, good squeeze. All right, let's just go right up to 225. Also, the part of the workout you're not seeing, I already did my stretching. At, again, 44 years old almost. If I do a workout without at least stretching and warming up a little bit, it's not gonna be good. Oh, geez, I gotta invest in one of those deadlift jacks that they have out there. You know, Rep, I think I've spent so much money with you guys already. Maybe you could send me something for free. Doubtful, right? All right. So for pre-workout, I didn't really want to do anything too extreme with pre-workouts right now. I feel like the caffeine overload used to be great when I was in my 20s and even in my 30s, but now it's just too much. It drives my nervous system wild. So I think I took Ghost Pump. It's like a stim-free, and it gives me a good pump, but it doesn't have the beta alanine in it, which is one ingredient that, I don't know if you're familiar, but it gives you like the tingles. I don't really like that. I know it's probably good for me, but again, I'm not, when I was in my 20s and 30s, I come from the era of when Jack 3D was the pre-workout and No Explode was what you took. And those things, man, those things will mess me up now. Probably have me run into the bathroom too. Not that you guys needed to know that. But yeah, so I just took a few scoops, 2 scoops of the Ghost Pump, and you'll notice I'll start getting some veins popping. I'm not a very veiny guy to begin with, but they do start to pop when I work out. I have heard some stuff about tadalafil, but I haven't messed with that yet. We'll talk about that after this set. All right. All right. Whew. 8. Yeah. So I'm just gonna log that set in here because I got my working sets now I'm hitting. And maybe I'll share this at the end of the video to show you guys everything I hit for those that can't count and add during the video. 225, 48. All right. So yeah, I've been messing with the idea of maybe taking the low dosage of tadalafil with my workouts. Every fitness influencer will probably end up getting on that stuff if they're not already. It's just 5 milligrams. Sometimes people take 2.5, but it's supposed to be really good for your veins and arteries. I don't know all the technical science stuff, but I've watched a lot of videos and read a lot of stuff on it so far. Basically, it kind of makes it so they expand, more blood flow, gets into your blood, or your bloodstream gets into your muscles more. It's supposed to be good for many, many reasons. I'm just kind of almost like an anti-prescription guy. Got myself off of losartan, which is high blood pressure medication. Just did that with diet and exercise, and titrated my way down to nothing. And I was on a PPI, which is for acid reflux and GERD. Stopped taking that over time and switched over to something a little healthier that's more natural, because that stuff's not good for you either. Now, I don't know all the ins and outs of every medication. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, although I feel like they don't even really know sometimes. But basically, my problem with the prescriptions is that it's some sort of chemical. It's not really supposed to be in your body. And that's why I don't like taking them unless I have to. But this tadalafil thing is supposed to be really good for you. I don't know, maybe tell me in the comments what you think of it. For me, I'm nervous about taking anything. I need a doctor to tell me that I can take. I'd rather just take some sort of supplementation, like pre-workout, although I don't know half the ingredients that goes into that stuff either, so maybe it's not that big of an issue for me to switch into something else. All right. Legs, man. Anything with legs that's over like 3 or 4 reps, I gotta up my cardio on this stuff. Makes me start to get out of breath and a little lightheaded sometimes. Whew. Hope I'm not the only one. Yeah, so I'd be interested to hear what you guys are taking for pre-workouts, because the pump stuff is cool. You know, it starts to get a little bit of a pump. You can feel the blood flowing. But again, I don't really know half the ingredients that go into them. And I try to go with trusted manufacturers. Ghost is kind of new to me. I don't really know a lot about them, but I figured I'd try it. It was on sale. But yeah, I'd be interested to hear what you guys are taking, because I need to stay away from the caffeine. It's just not good for me anymore. My 2 cups of coffee in the morning and cup in the afternoon are probably more than enough. I don't need to be having a stroke. Yeah. So I'll also be curious to hear in the comments what kind of workouts you guys are doing. I do the full body workouts because basically if I skip a day or 3 because whatever, life happens, or I'm just not able to, or I just don't feel that good, at least I know I'm not skipping muscle groups. I'm a big fan of splits, but you know, like upper lower, push pull, legs, or even your typical bodybuilder split. But my problem is I can't make it in here 5 days a week, or even 4 days a week most weeks. And if you skip a day, you either just skip it and move on, and then you don't work that muscle group, or you end up getting like backlogged, and I don't know, I forget where I am half the time, and sometimes it'll go like 2 weeks or 3 weeks without working your legs, and I don't like that stuff. So I used to think that 1 exercise per muscle group was not enough, but I mean, I'm not perfect. I don't have the best physique, but what I've gained so far in a year just doing this type of workout, I think you'll probably get 90% of the benefits you're looking for too if you just put in some work. All right, let's do this last one, and then I'll enter it, then we'll move on to incline bench. All right. Just 225. Why am I slamming it? Whew. Fuck. All right. Yeah. Good job, Derek, right? I'm gonna get like 5 guys in the comments that are like, I could have fucking done 12. That's good for you. I did 8. There we go. 1. Whew. Come on, baby. There you go. All right. Oh, man. Moving the weights. Moving the weights. Whew. Kind of dark in here. I think I need to get a better light. There we go. Whew. Yeah. Having a good time. Whew. Working that lower back, huh? Let's bring it over here. All right, let's log our stuff in the heavy app. Like I said, I get nothing from these guys. I just really like the way the app works. Maybe I'll do a video on that one day for you. But there's probably like 12 other videos already out there. All right. This is last time I did worked my way up to 80s. I did sets of 8, 7, and 7 for my working sets. But we'll have to warm up before then. Whew. Take some of my electrolytes. I am a sucker for Facebook and Instagram marketing. I've done so much. I've ordered so much stupid crap over the years because I saw it on Facebook and really needed to have it, right? I have gun holsters that I hate. I've got workout equipment that I've sold or gotten rid of. I've got supplements that I probably should have never taken to begin with. No bueno. But one of the ones, and the reason I'm bringing this up, one of the ones recently that got me is instant hydration. I got tired of seeing their videos, so I ordered their multi-packs, thinking, yeah, this is what I need. I take lots of electrolytes anyways, so why not? Well, they're not terrible, but I've had much better tasting ones, that's for sure. Just not worth the extra money that I had to spend to get instant hydration. But we live and learn, right? Now I have, I don't know, like 40 something packets left that I'm trying to work through before I buy another thing. Probably all Facebook. All right, we're gonna start off at 60s, work our way up to 80. There we go. All right. Should probably make it an incline for us, huh? Whew. Gotta wake up today. There we go. All right. Let's try it over. 60. 60. All right. Whew. 16. Not bad for a warm-up. All right. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the dumbbells I'm using, but they're called MX Select. I have the MX 100s. Had them for a few months now. They're adjustable up to 100 pounds each. Actually 105 each. They come with little change plates so that you can go up in 5-pound increments, but for the most part it's 10-pound increments. And yeah, they work really well so far. I mean, some wear and tear is happening, but it's minor. It's just some of the, I guess the coating, the powder coating on some of the individual weights is, from when you put them in, starting to get a little chipped in the corners. But I came from like Fit RX 50 pounders. I just sold them to somebody actually. They were not for me. There's a lot of work trying to get them to switch to the right plates you want. Sometimes you couldn't just get them to grab the ones you wanted. And I had one drop on me and hit me, and I think that's actually a lawsuit right now that is going on. I think there was like a recall based off that, someone getting hit with plates dropping off of them. So Fit RX, maybe stay away. There's probably better cheap brands you can go out and get for just a couple $100. But these weren't too bad. I mean, they were, I think I got them at like 6 something with a discount. Yeah, I think it was like 6 something. And I've had them for a little while now. I love them. I do want to build a stand for them somewhere, but I don't have a lot of room in here, man. And I eventually want to add like a leg extension, leg curl. And I don't even know where I'm putting that. I'm gonna need to build a shed. But, so yeah, these have been pretty good for me. I just upped them to 70. Let me log my little set I had there. 120 for 16. It's good. All right, so we're gonna do 140 now. See how that goes. Whew. Also, 88.3 in here. I had the door open before, which is usually lets in a lot of light, and it was at 89 point something. I had to close it and try and cool it off in here a little bit. I got my fan going, but I gotta get a MIDI split or something in here. Living in Florida, man, Florida life. I don't even want to know. It's 75% humidity in here right now. I'm gonna need either a dehumidifier or a mini split, because this stuff's gonna start to get rusted. 1, 2. There we go. All right. 12. Whew. There we go. Man. Oh. Let's see. I'm gonna go up to 80s. So far, shoulders feeling good. Should probably knock on wood. It's funny. Shoulders always first thing to go, because we all like to bench too much. Oh shit. Yeah, I sweat a lot. Apologies for anyone that gets grossed out by that, but Can't help it. A little about me. I'm a 43-year-old father, husband. I work in sales. It affords us the opportunity to live in a really nice house. And, you know, we have a half-acre property in a neighborhood, which, if you know anything about Florida, that's rare. Got a beautiful 3-car garage. Feels small. I'm from up north. I feel like garages are bigger up north than they are down here, but still very blessed. When I was younger, I used to lift. I tried every fad, split, or program, everything from P90X up to, you know, different styles of powerlifting. I've done squat everyday program. I've done a lot of stupid stuff that when you're in your 20s and early 30s, your body can handle it. But throughout all those years, luckily, knock on wood, aside from that little issue that I've had in my disc from deadlifting when I was probably around 38 or 39, I never really got seriously injured, never tore anything. I've always been a pretty safe lifter. Usually my ego would only come into play if somebody was with me and pushing me, and even then I'd try to back off and slow myself down. So I've been lifting on and off for, I don't know, a long time. And in 2020, I was able to get my wife pregnant, and we, January 2nd, 2021, we had our little boy, and told myself I'm gonna take 3 months off, help her out as much as I can. I was still working, so trying to focus on job, being a new dad, not sleeping as much as I used to. I just figured it's gonna be overwhelming. Smart enough to take just a few months off. Well, that turned into like 6, then 8, and before I knew it, I kept trying to go to the gym. I just couldn't. My biggest issue was mainly time. My wife leaves for work at 6:10 in the morning. I couldn't get to the gym early enough. At the time, we didn't even have one nearby. Closest one was like 20-something minutes away. And trying to get there, they didn't open till 5. Half the time, they didn't even open the door till a little after. And trying to get back so that she could, it just wasn't easy. It was stressful, and I could never get a full workout in. So, it made me never want to go. And over time, I just became a fat ass. I mean, not really. I didn't get up into the 300s. I'm 6'2", by the way, so it's not 300s, you know, not this. But long story short, it took me a long time to find my way back. And just a year ago, I really, really wanted to do something about it. I felt like shit all the time. My biomarkers were all messed up. Cholesterol was high. Plus, I wanted to nap every day. I was getting demotivated with my job. But I knew that getting to the gym that early in the morning or even in the evenings was just too difficult. It was too much of an inconvenience, and I was too lazy at the time. So I bought a really cheap rack from RitFit that served me very well. And I'll tell you about it right after I finish this set. All right, 80s. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. 8. Whew. So, Bought that Fit rack for like, I don't know, like $500 or something like that. It had functional trainer. It was plate loaded, but it was a functional trainer. And you know, it could hold up to like I think 1,000 pounds. I figured there's no way in hell I'm getting over that right now, so it's safe. So I bought it, bought some weights, and I said, you know, hey wife, I'm gonna put it over here, and we're gonna see if I can do this. And if I can commit, if I can do it and stay consistent, then I'll eventually buy something more expensive and more for me. So for a year, that thing served me well, man. I was doing full body workouts 3 to 4 days a week back then. And then shout out to the guys over at Mind Pump, because they had me on their show as a, like, you know, as a listener guest or whatever, at the end of one of their advice shows that they do. And they basically told me that I needed to lift heavy and eat. At the time, I think I was eating like 2,400 calories a day or something like that. At 6'2", and I think I was like 250 something, coming up close on 260. I was afraid of eating, but I listened for 6 months. I did just that. They actually told me after 4 that I could back it off and start cutting because I look good, but I wanted to gain a little more muscle. So I did the 6 months of lifting. I went from like 29-ish% body fat down to like, I think I was around 20.5. Just building muscle like a maniac. Got a lot of compliments. My favorite one was I took my kid to this thing at his school, and one of the kids came up to me, and I thought he was gonna say something to be a little jerk, and he was like, "You're like dad strong," and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, you're like dad strong," and I was like, "Hell yeah!" So that was about when I said, you know what, I really do need to start cutting. And I had updated my biomarkers. They were better. Cholesterol actually got worse because I was eating like a pig, healthy but just eating a lot. So at the time, I reverse dieted myself all the way up to like 3,500 calories a day, and I said, all right, it's time to cut. Well, I was able to get back on Mind Pump for an update, and they were like, hey man, cut yourself down to this, like, you know, they were like, cut down to like 2,800 calories or so on an average for the week. So if I did a cheat at the end of the week or something, I would just take that amount that I went over and subtract it across the week a little bit each day so that I'd get to my 2,800. So that's what I did. I cut back on a lot of saturated fats, and I did a really good job with the diet. Only alcohol I would have would be on the weekends, and I was drinking more light beer instead of regular beer, and instead of having cocktails like old fashions and stuff like that, I skipped the sugar, and I was just drinking straight whiskey, which is the way I love it anyways. I don't know why I was drinking so many cocktails, being all fancy. But anyways, I got myself down to, at the time I was at like I was still in like the 260 range, but got myself down to, now I bounce around in between like 235 and 240. My gut has shrunk significantly. I look a little bit more lean than I used to. My friends that lift have made comments. My wife has made a few comments, which, if you ever get to know her, that's a big deal. And I don't mean that like she's a jerk. She just doesn't. That's not her. It's not her way of like love language or whatever. She just doesn't. It's not words. It's actions. So, but to get verbal compliments was a big deal, and that's where I'm at now. You know, I don't know where I really want to go from here. I want to be healthier. Last few biomarkers that I have to work on are my cholesterol numbers, just a few of them. Like my ApoB is really the one that I'm most concerned with. I'm around 100 in the last 2 tests I've taken. I'd like to get myself down below 80, maybe even lower eventually. So my body fat percentage right now, depending on what you look at, we'll go with DEXA. DEXA says that I'm like an 18.4, which cool, you know, it's 2% less than I was just a few months ago. And if I stay on that path, I'd love to get down to like 15% or below. Like 12 to 15 would be an ideal spot for me. And just get those last few biomarkers in order so that I can feel like I'm gonna be here for my family going forward. All right, let's get these next 2 sets going. Oh, fudge. Whew. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh man, left arm wanted to give out there. Whew. So yeah, like I've said before, I'm no fitness influencer. I'm not gonna tell you that you need to do anything in particular aside from get yourself healthy. And if you're a dude, do it for your family. If you don't have a family, do it for your future family. But being healthy is really important because this body's the only one we get. And we can replace parts in it, but eventually it's all going to catch up to us. So keep working, keep pushing. But yeah, it's nice benefits to getting more in shape. We're definitely had nothing to do with like the chicks. Like a lot of people are like, man, a lot of dudes, especially when you're single, you're like, man, I want people to look at me. I want girls to look at me. Me. For me, I want that dude that's thinking about doing something to my son or to my wife to look at me and go, no, not them. I'm not gonna lie. For a while there, I was just feeling like they'd look at me and be like, hey, I can outrun that fat fuck. But not anymore. Not anymore. Oh, man. Apparently there's someone on a pool camera. Probably not. Cameras go off all the time. Then I go check them and it's something stupid. Got a hanging chair thing in our back patio by the pool, and with the wind it always swings and it thinks it's a person all the time. It's not. But we'll see if it goes off again. If it does, you might see me bolt out of here and grab my gun. Whew. Alright, let's get this last set in. I don't think I'm gonna get 8 on this one. Alright. Whew. Alright, last set. Come on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna stop there. Boom. Whew. Damn it. There we go. All right. Boom. 6. Basically the same as last time. No improvement. It's okay. Just gotta get it done, right? All right. Wait, this back is soaked. Whew. All right. Now we're gonna use my Rep Aries. This is a pretty cool attachment that came with it. It's called the Rep Cleva. It works. At the end of the day, that's all you can ask for, right? All right. I'm gonna go with 200 and see what happens. Probably nothing good. Oh, man. All right. Whew. Having a decent week. It's sales life is weird, man. Today I was supposed to go to Orlando. I had 2 meetings. One was going to be at 10. One was going to be at 1. Orlando's about 2 hours away from me, so I was getting ready, taking my son to school and shooting right on out there. Traffic around there and here can be a little iffy, so wanted to rush out. So last night I figured I'd send my confirmation email, just letting them know I'll be on time. I plan on being on time. Ask them if they want me to bring them a cup of coffee or something. So I sent an email out to both those people that I was supposed to meet with today, and the first one said, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. We've actually got a FDA issue going on in-house. We're on lockdown. We can't have you here, and I'm stuck here, so I can't even come out and meet you. I hope you're not already out here for us." Cool, no problem, man. That was at 10 a.m. I can start a little later. No big deal. Well, overnight, the 1 o'clock emails me back. Says, "Dude, I'd love a cup of coffee, but unfortunately, I'm sick right now. I don't want to have you come out here and get sick too. So if you don't mind, I'd like to reschedule for next week." So now I'm not going to Orlando today. So what do, right? Well, I'm gonna get started in a few minutes. Instead of driving for 2 hours out to Orlando, I'm basically just gonna update my LinkedIn for the next couple weeks and get posts rolling there. Gonna send a bunch of follow-up emails out on projects that I'm working on. A few prospecting notes I gotta send out. Update the system with a few things, and then head out for a more local route in the Tampa, St. Pete area. It's just weird, man. You expect to be in Orlando, and all of a sudden, your day gets thrown for a curve, and that's not what you're doing anymore. All right, got 200 on here. Full disclosure, this is my first time using this part. All right. Oh man, I'm gonna bring this thing out a little. I feel like I was bottoming out there. Whew. It's 10. I'll take it. The highest I could put on my old one was 320 pounds worth of weight on there, but it was a 2-to-1, so I was really only getting 160. So to know that I'm getting the full 200 here. I mean, I got the upgraded plate stack, so there's 310 to play with here. So I don't think I'm gonna outgrow this thing anytime soon, if ever. Oh, that 200 felt good, but whew, it's heavy. Oh, shit. After this, little lateral raise, little hammer curl, and little skull crusher. We'll call it a day. I don't go crazy on arms unless I feel like it, because I feel like I get a lot of girth in my bis and tris without having to push it too hard. Working them 3 times a week. On Monday, I'll do supersets for both, so I'll get a lot of volume in. Wednesdays, which today's Tuesday, long story there, but my middle day, my B workout, which is this, I'll just go 2 sets, bam, 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 get them done, and be done. And then I'm on Fridays. It really just depends on how I'm feeling. If I feel like I want some pump, I'll go and I'll just throw lightweight on there and just rep the curls, and then I'll throw same, lightweight. I'll do some overhead extensions, or even sometimes I'll just do the rope extensions. But like I said, I don't historically. I mean, they're not massive, but I don't feel the need to go nuts with my arms unless I want to. Oh man. All right. Hell yeah. This thing's solid. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9. Oh, fudge. Whew. Damn. Another 10. 200 for 10. I don't know what I would do without these apps, man. I'm not very good at remembering anything. And if I didn't have the reminders and my entire history of workouts in there, I'd never know what the hell I'm doing. Oh shit. Whew. Man. Still 88. It's actually 88.7 in here. Getting warmer. Two more months of this stuff, and then it'll start to cool off here in Florida. It won't be like instant. Like, I'm from New Jersey. It'll be 80 something degrees, and then the following week it'll be in the 40s. Not here. We'll just lose some humidity. So it'll go from like 90 something with a heat index of 112 down to like 90 something with a heat index of 90 something. And then it'll gradually come down. Winters are weird because we'll have a week where we get down to like the 40s overnights, and then it'll go back up into like the 70s, 60s. But yeah, these summers are no joke. I do a good amount of walking for cardio, or at least 30-40 minutes every day. And I've had some days where I've had to head right out in the morning, so I gotta do it in the afternoons, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, probably closer to 4 or 5. It is no joke out there. I'll do a short walk when that happens. There's not enough electrolytes in the world. Whew. Alright, last one. Now we'll do some shoulders. Ugh. Alright. We are 45 minutes in. I barely did shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. Woo! 8. Knock this bitch in here. All right. 8. That's 200. Boom. Lateral raises. Oh man. Here we go. Drop it down to 20. Then add back change plates. Oops. What do I do here? There we go. All right. 20, 20. Get in there. There we go. Put these here. Give myself another sip. Feel like I'm walking around with a wedgie. Whew. Gotta do the cha-cha slide. All right. Love to know what variation of lateral raises you guys do. I'm a however I feel guy. I'll go kind of feel like a little bit of a forward lean, arms bent more. I'll go straight up and back. Sometimes I'll just get like the swing going. Like, just depends on the day and the mood I'm in and how it feels. I don't know how I feel today. All right. Try to watch my heart rate during this stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Woo! That's 10. You know what I'm feeling though? I am secure enough in my manhood. I am going to drop down to 20 for the rest of them. I'm gonna try to keep my form a little bit more strict. I feel like those weren't great. What the hell do I know? I'm not a personal trainer. So we did 10 at 25. Let's mark that. That seems to be what I did last time. All right, now we're gonna drop these down to 20s. How was everyone's weekend? It's pretty good for me. Friday night. Whew, man. Friday night was pretty good, relaxing, nothing crazy. Saturday, I feel like when you have a kid or kids, you just run around trying to keep them busy all day. But Saturday wasn't too bad. We went out for a cheap meal. Well, a treat. Went to Jeremiah's, which for all you non-Florida folk, it's basically Italian ice, but they do like these things where they do like a layer of Italian ice, a layer of soft serve ice cream or custard. I think it's soft serve ice cream. They just do a bunch of layers, and then they mix in like a mix-in. Like they'll put like, you know, Oreo crumble or cookie dough or something in between it. And of course, I had to get the most ridiculous thing I could. Plus, they made the wrong thing for my wife, so they gave us the wrong thing for free, which was what I had already ordered. So I ate that too. Probably a cool 1,500 calories, mostly a sugar. That's why we got to get these muscles, folks. Oh man, feel it burn. Woo! I can't get into specifics because I'm no scientist, but I'm told the more muscle you have, the better your A1C and your glucose is going to be in your blood, because I guess the more muscle you have, the more place they have to store the sugar. Your blood can store the sugar, and I guess it's slower to digest or something. Don't quote me on that, but I guess your insulin resistance is really good when you got more muscle. So, and I've noticed if I tried doing that back when, well, two things. One, I noticed that if I tried doing that back when I was fatter and not working out, the blood glucose thing, I wouldn't feel good for hours after I ate it. But I also noticed I couldn't even eat it. I'd get like 3/4 of the way through and I feel like I'm forcing myself to eat it. The more muscle I've added and the more calories that my body is consuming on its own, 1,500 calories for ice cream, I could eat right after. When I was not working out a lot and being fat, I'd have ice cream at like 3:30 with my wife and kid on a Saturday. And then by 7, we'd be eating tacos at night because it's like our cheat thing that we do on Saturdays. And I'd have like one taco and be like, ugh. Now, this taco's got to watch out. Oh shit, too much. Woo! Get those done. Now, whew, I am drenched in the back. 10, and this is there. Boom. All right, hammer curls. Last time I put up 40s. You know, I record this video, I am used to rocking out during my workouts, and it is dead ass quiet in here right now. If I'm going to keep recording these, I'll have to get used to that. Oh, damn. Gotta try and get these done quick. Wifey's gonna be home in a little bit. I still have all the garbage from this thing in the middle here. I got another week and a half before they're gonna pick that stuff up. This big wooden crate. Hopefully bulk pickup takes it. That's something they don't tell you when you order this stuff. I thought I was getting a pallet. I can break down a pallet. This wooden crate. First of all, I broke down all the cardboard and put it inside of it. That thing's stacked. I don't even know how I'm gonna get to the curb. But they don't tell you this stuff to expect this. Because for a while there, we didn't have bulk pickup. That would have been really bad. I don't have my truck anymore. Whoa! Whew. Oh, it's exhausting. Getting there. I just bought this fan. It's much nicer than what I had. I had a little box fan. I just moved around and kept it real close to me. This fan I bought pushes out like 6100 CFM. I don't know what that means, but apparently that means it pushes a lot of air. And it was either this or I was going with like the big industrial size drum fan, but you guys never be able to hear me. So I've got this one now and it's working. It'll feel real good when it's not 100 and something degrees outside. After this, get some work done, and then when I get back later, do some cardio, walking, nothing fancy. That'll be it for the day. Try to make sure I always walk. If I don't, my blood pressure and other things just don't look good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5. 8, 7, 8, 9. That last one sucked. Oh, man. Oh, poopy. Whew. All right. So you got 10. Boom. All right. We are going to do some skull crushers. I had a twist to my skull crushers. Sure somebody will have a fucking problem with that. But I've noticed that when I do it, they feel better. And I don't mean like my muscles don't hurt better or my joints don't hurt. I mean like I feel like they're more effective. So I do it. Almost there. 2 more sets. I'm gonna do them this way so that you can see what I mean. Go in the rack a little bit so you can get a better view. Sure, it's better than you guys have been looking basically up my shorts the last hour. No one wants to see that. Oh, well, that's done. All right. I'm gonna take this off. And throw it right there. Hopefully that works for you. That's a bad spot. Let's see. Where can we put you guys? Put you right there. All right. The reason I'm doing that, moving the mic, is I'm gonna take this hat off. Whew. All right. Oh, wait. This might be a little heavy. Nope. Scoot you down. All right. Let's give this a shot. Yep. Let's do the last few. Look at this. 8, 9, 10. Whew. All right. That sucked. All right, one more set and we out of here. Fudge. That is soaked. Well, that's not a perfect workout, but got it done. Would have loved to be in here even longer, but we're getting up on 65 minutes. I'm running out of time. It's just there's just too much volume out there you can do. You know, normally I'd probably want to do 5 sets on legs, like 5 working sets. Incline bench, 4, so add another one. Back, probably do 5 sets, but I just don't have the time anymore. So you do what you can, which that's a really important thing that you gotta learn as a dad or as a busy adult busy individual. When you're running out of time, it doesn't mean that you can't get a workout in, period. That's what I used to always do. I used to be like, ah, shit, it's only 40 minutes. There's no way I can do it. There's no way I can get a workout done in 40 minutes. Well, you can do something in 40 minutes. And something is a hell of a lot better than nothing. There's days that I could come out here, I'll bitch about it still, but maybe I just do 5 or 6 working sets of squats and bounce. It's something. My legs got worked pretty damn good too. 5 working sets of squats for heavy, you know, like 5x5s, we'll say 5x3s. Yeah, it's a lot of heavy volume on your legs for a quick little 15-minute workout. So don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. If you can get a workout in, get a workout in. The more you know. Just something I had to learn along the years. I'm gonna try and do 5 with the curls and then the rest the rest normal. Woo! Man. Jeez. All right. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. That is it. That is it for today's episode of Nobody Gives a Shit About Derek's Workout. That's right. Whew. One thing I will say, I'm doing this all for me, but as I keep going, I like to make more of an effort to help push men like me and women like my wife to work out and keep themselves healthy. So if that's something you can get behind, give me a follow, a like, a comment. I'm not asking for much. I don't need you to buy anything from me. I just want my outreach to grow bigger so that people can see just a regular dude just trying to figure it out. That's it for today. Cheers.